you might be forgiven for thinking it's December or January. I think I said this last time. It's so blooming cold. It's September the 8th, September anyway. And I came down yesterday and spent all afternoon down here, and it was this beautiful sort of late summer, early autumn sunshine coming through that really made you feel at one with everything and lifted a little spring in your step. Today it's blooming freezing. It's about 4 o'clock, and I've been trying to find other things to do rather than come down. But I must admit, I would say a big thank you to the encouragement from people from UK Here We Grow. If you haven't looked at it, get over there. They've got a Facebook page, they've got their own website up and coming, and I linked onto it through Tony from Tony's Allotment, who is just fab. Wealth of knowledge about all things gardening, allotmenteering, beekeeping, self-sufficiency. That's what it says on the site. And yeah, there's a big group of people who are on the Facebook page, and I really needed some encouragement to get outside today because of the weather. It's not just cold, it feels damp. I'm not that nesh, but it feels damp. And straight away you get people coming back saying, yeah, go down, go on. I was told to put my wellies on, and but I refuse to put my wellies on yet. I've still not wellies yet, not welly weather yet. I've got some nice wellies, not putting them on yet. But yeah, so UK, oh heck, UK Here We Grow. Very, very catchy. Go and have a look at it, it's good. So I'm down here, I'm on my Johnny Todd today. I haven't got Mike with me, cool hand Mike. So I've just got Tommy tripod. So I'm a bit rubbish setting him up, to be honest. So I think what we'll do, I'll just have a quick catch up with what's been going on at the plot, because I didn't do anything last weekend because I was busy. I'll tell you what I was doing later on. So yeah, I'll just show you where the plot's at the minute. If I defrost, I need to get moving. Warm myself up. Right, here we go. Okay, I'm here in the greenhouse, and I must warn you, if you're of a sensitive nature, look away now. We've got naked tomatoes. I'll show you what I mean. Look. Oh, these poor little things. These poor little things. Let me turn that round. There we go. Oh dear. Taken off all the leaves. I mean, last time I remember I got rid of the tiny ones, and these are the ones that were left. These are garden pearl, and it just got to the stage they weren't going to do anything else other than ripen. Well, if they ripen, got one here ripening. Look, hold on, that's not a garden pearl, that's a sun gold. There's only one way to tell. No, that was a garden pearl. Okay, but anyway, as you can see, they've been a bit pants. So, stripped all the leaves off. We're just going to see what happens. There they are. Someone said you leave a ripe tomato in there with them, and the rest of them should ripen. But they're not doing anything yet. But anyway, these are ones that just literally fell off the plant as I was stripping them. Not just these plants, ones outdoors as well. I'll show you in a minute. So hopefully, fingers crossed, look, fingers crossed. Hopefully they'll ripen. Let me just show you the other things. This is something I'm pleased with. It's taken a long time, but Big Jim, come on leaves, come on, give us a break leaves. There we are. Big Jim's turned red. Okay, still not the 10 inches he was supposed to be, but he's turned red. Oh, we've got, what's going on here? What's going on with these things? Look. Why are they that shape? Leaves. Why are they that shape? Look, it's not the only one. That's got nothing in the way to stop it going down. It's decided not to. Same here. Look. It's all twisty at the bottom. Anyway. Got these tiny ones here. Can't remember what these are. They're a nice colour. It's funny, you know. The big ones are still green, and the little ones are still, you see that, still red. So it's like all their energies gone into turning them red instead of getting them growing. All on the same plant. Don't know what they are. But what I'm really pleased about here, and this is thanks to Patrick Meehan. He said if I've got flowers on my aubergine, I will get aubergine plants. And if you remember, I wasn't too hopeful because all my flowers kept doing on my aubergine was falling off, like this one, look. I'm going to knock that one now. Ping! Oh, isn't that typical? Fall off, fall off. No, it's not going to now. But look at this behind the leaf, look. Right, this is like David Bellamy. Look. There we go. Oh, a dingly dangly aubergine. Or eggplant, if you're in the States. Look at that. Pleased with that. Not very big, actually, if I put my hand behind it. But to start, isn't it? So even if I get one, I'll be pleased with that. But yeah, the greenhouse is looking a little bit sad. When you think of how productive it was in May, you could hardly get in. But look at it now. Oh, just gone outside, everything changes, doesn't it? One or two little embarrassed tomatoes and an aubergine. Oh, and a chilli. Look at this lovely dahlia here. Lovely. What sort of person would accidentally stand on a dahlia like that and snap it off? Sorry, dahlia. Right, okay, here are the other things the naked things. Fortunately, these have got a screening of courgette leaves, so they're not quite as embarrassed. Okay, these ones, look. I've taken pretty much all the leaves off now. Actually, you know, I was surprised taking the leaves off just how many tomatoes there are. There's loads. And I can't remember the names of all of these. They're a mix of Garden Pearl, Sun Gold, I don't know, other things. I think this was one of the big toms. I'm not sure. Look at that one, because they're big. That's the only thing I'm thinking big. Look, why has that got black on it there? Yeah, and there as well. Actually, in the stem, there was a little bit of black on the leaves. I've got to be honest, I didn't take too much notice. Is that blight? Oh dear. I hope not. I don't want my last tomatoes to be blighted. The blighted tomato. Anyway, yeah, so quite a lot to look forward to. I'm going to try and zoom, but I've got it underneath my microphone. Wibbly wobbly hand. Oh, I'm certainly not cool hand mic, am I? There we are. Look, if I just showed you that, you'd think I had loads and loads and loads of tomatoes. But actually, no, just a few. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be looking at green tomato recipes very soon because the weather's not very conducive to ripening. The other thing around here in my jungle, things that have not done very well. I think this is my squash. Now, it does have a flower on, but no sign of any squash. And I was looking at, I'm trying to think of the video. Chris's allotment? Yeah, it was Chris. Earlier on. And he was showing his butternut squash. He's got loads. He's got some lovely, great big butternut squash on his. So, not doing too well here. I think it's just been so crowded. It has been a jungle with all the tomatoes in as well. So the poor things, I know they need a lot of space, and I wouldn't let them have it. What have we got under there? Look, similarly. Oh, I've got a tiny, tiny little pumpkin there. Can you see? Those little summer sunburst pumpkins. I'm not going in there. I refuse to go in. And then, similarly, courgettes have taken loads of leaves off again. You can see, look, poor thing. I'm getting lots of tiny little ones, but then basically they're rotting before I can get round to picking them. Before they're anywhere near ready, they're just rotting on the soil. I mean, this one here, look, I should really just take that off. I'll leave it for now. Yeah, so not the greatest of harvests on them. Another little one there, little one here. But I can certainly say squashes have not been the best. Here's the butternut squash on the other side. Might not be butternut squash. Oh no, it is. It is. look! Oh, look. Tiny. Yeah, that's a butternut squash, isn't it? That might be the only one we have. But it's been lifted now. I've got it round these, well, 4 canes actually. So hopefully that'll come. And actually, I'm ever so sorry about this filming. Actually, got quite a lot of flowers down here. So, ooh, there's hope yet. Someone said, yeah, we're going to have 3 months of unseasonably warm weather. So, maybe that'll be good for my squash. Get rid of that. Oh, look, actually, there's loads. This might be a late bonus. Got to have some sort of bonus, haven't we? And a few more mini pumpkins there. Anyway, that's the jungle. We're thinking, because this has been really pretty much overgrown. Oh, look, more naked tomatoes. I'm going to have to pick them. So overgrown this year. I'm thinking that next year might make it into a pond. 2 reasons. I want a pond, or I would like a pond. It doesn't get full sunshine all the time, so obviously tomatoes and courgettes and things like that like that. And another reason is when you're sitting in one of these chairs, you can't see a blooming thing. I'm going to show you. Right, you're sitting in this one, and this is after I've done the tomatoes. Right, okay. You're sitting here. It's very nice. Very private. But yeah, there's not a lot to see. So what do you think? What would you do with this space? Pond? Not a pond. Let me know. Okay, I've had a clean out of the strawberry patch. Again. I went over to UK Here We Grow and asked for some advice, really. Some people cut their strawberry plants back, some people don't. Ours weren't good this year, but that's because it was only their first year. We were giving them as runners last year, and so it's their first year growing. We got 1 or 2. We had loads of straw around and dead leaves and everything, so I got in there yesterday. I haven't got all the straw off, that was impossible. I tell you what though, found the biggest slug. I wish I had my camera. Must have been, oh, can't do it with 2 hands. No, it must have been about 2 inches wide, about 4 inches long, rectangular orange slug, one of those ones. Anyway, what was interesting about this was I noticed as I was clearing away from around the plants, oh, that one's not such a good example, let me see. Some of the roots were very shallow. I mean, if you look here, let's see if I can get a better angle. Got to be careful here because this is where the ants are. Right, there's your height of your plant, right? Your soil, okay, that's a bit I stood in. Look how deep down that goes. And we're finding that all around. And what it is, we filled this bed with manure before we planted it, and basically as the manure's rotted down, the height of the soil has gone down too, and so it sort of left the plants high and dry. So one of my jobs, which was going to be today, but I'm feeling a bit nesh, a bit too cold, was going to be to top this up with some soil from over by the potato plot, because we seem to have too much there. But I was quite glad to get it all clear. I know there's still some leaves on the plants, but I think that's all right. We've got some spring onions growing in there. Took a load of runners off, which I've currently got in the greenhouse. Not quite sure what to do with them yet. I've got them in water. Okay, so if you never see them again, I didn't do anything with them. I'd like to put them somewhere. Okay, and then I'm going to show you this plot. Look. The plot of shame. It's actually got quite a lot in it. It's got the chard at the back there. Yes, the one going to seed. And then it's got carrots in the middle. And it's got our onion harvest. Oh, we've got 4. Oh no, we've got 3. Nope. That's definitely not an onion. I know that much. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4 onions. We've got 4 onions. What will we do with them? That's all we've got, mind you, but we've got 4 onions. We've had a few carrots out of this plot. Teeny tiny carrots. But this might be where I move the tomatoes and the courgettes to next year, because this gets loads of sun. So yeah, when this gets cleared, we'll think about what we're going to do with it. Okay. The purple beans pretty much come to an end now. 1 or 2 on them. Starting to look a bit stringy, a bit ropey. So these will be coming up in the next week, I think. Yeah, look, all the weeds taken over now. I don't mind that weed, but I don't like nettles. Sorry, nettles. I know you're good for wildlife, but I'd rather you weren't in my garden. Okay, so all this will start getting cleared. Oh, yes, and look what happened to the French beans. Who'd have thought that such a lovely, strong, sturdily made wigwam could fall under the weight of a few beans? Yeah, that's the one I made. The one Mike made is there. Still standing up, look. Silly beans. Cosmos definitely grow again next year. You know, it's just one of those brilliant ones to pick and take indoors. And of course the lovely marigold. Again, I said last time, the colours are just gorgeous. We've got 1 or 2 left still. And we've got lovely wobbly camera. Look, this is when I was taking seeds last time. This is what you should really wait for the seeds to look like. Okay, they are just, I'm going to take that one. Am I going to, this is what happens, right, okay, real life. Oh, no, it's come off. Okay, very often you take it off and it just all falls. Okay. Look at that, full of seeds. That's going in my pocket right now. And then I'll wash my jeans and wonder what's happened to the pocket. Celeriac, still doing well there. I think in the last video Mike was planting the radicchio down by the side, just because there was a bit of room at the time. And that's coming up quite well as well. And we have had loads of beetroot, which I've loved. And I've actually used, if you go over to Mrs. Doyle's allotment, Joan over there has shown you how to pickle your beetroot. And I've used her recipe, and yeah, I'm really pleased with it. We've had golden beetroot and ordinary red beetroot. It's really good. Now, as for the raspberries, I've mentioned before, because we were given them, and the person didn't know if they were summer or autumn fruiting. She just said she gets lots of raspberries. We weren't quite sure how to prune them. Anyway, we cut them right down when we got them last autumn. And actually, they are just... Oh, I've got to be careful where I'm standing. Oh, there's more beetroot in here somewhere. They are... Well, you can see there's some flowers coming there. That's a funny raspberry. But they're fruiting now. There's one. There's one. There they are, and they seem to be fruiting on the new growth. Now I believe, is it summer ones that fruit on last year's new growth? But I don't know, because we cut them all down. They've got to fruit on the new growth because they haven't got any other growth to fruit on. So I'm assuming most of these are autumn fruiting. I can't find any raspberries now. Let me just have a look down here. Oh look, there we are. Look at this little chap. Come on, little raspberry chap. Look, they've all gone rotten because we didn't come down at the weekend. Oh, can you see them? Upside down camera here. There we are. So they're fruiting along the stem. Again, for some reason I seem to think I've heard that if they fruit along the stem, it means they're summer fruiting. autumn fruiting, the summer ones fruit at the top. So please, if you've got a clue as to whether these are summer or autumn fruiting, let me know, because obviously they'll be getting pruned again fairly soon. I don't want to do the wrong thing. Okay. So there we are. We've had that was probably the shortest look round you've ever had here. You'll all be saying hooray, hooray. But one of the reasons is the battery's about to go as well. That's my excuse. I haven't actually done any work today. I'm still cold. I haven't been inspired when I've come down, which isn't like me. I usually see something and think, oh, I'll just do that when I'm here. Yeah. But no, it's blooming freezing. Anyway, the reason we weren't down here at the weekend when the weather was nice and we could have got lots done was we were up in the northeast visiting family, and Blue Star Dave had mentioned on his channel, Dave's Allotment, I'm sure you know him. If not, get over there and have a look. He'd mentioned that the Newcastle allotment show, the city allotment show was on. What was it? The annual allotment show. And it was just down the road from where we were staying. So we popped in there on Sunday and had a good look around. And again, if you go over to his channel, he's got some footage of some of the vegetables that were there. Also, Mrs. Doyle from Mrs. Doyle's Allotment, Joan, who I mentioned before, who she puts up some fantastic recipes, really easy to follow. She's put some footage on her channel as well, so go over and have a look. And yeah, it was quite inspiring to see leeks this big, cabbages this big. I might put some photos up at the end for you to have a look at. But yeah, really, really good to see. Really good fun. Didn't see Dave, didn't see Joan. I think we arrived just as Joan had left, it turns out. But yeah, if you've got something like that near you, if you've got some sort of show going on, go along. I mean, Mike was talking to everybody, because he does, and you know, people were so generous with information and advice and everything, as gardeners are, that he learned quite a lot of stuff. But I'm sort of quite inspired to grow something, an exhibition thing next year. Listen to me, I haven't even had 1 year on the allotment. Next year it's exhibition. Dan always does very well. If you looked at Dan's allotment, he does fantastic stuff. But yeah, so that was good fun. Anyway, so I was was I an armchair gardener at the weekend? I wasn't exactly, because I was wandering around, but I was looking at other people's stuff instead of my own. But it was good fun. I am going to go now. I'll stop wittering on. Battery's about to go out. There'll probably be beans again for tea. I've had so many beans. I hope the weather picks up, and I hope it's not too cold where you are. I'm not usually this nesh. It doesn't bother me to get out and get wrapped up and do stuff, but it's horrible. So fingers crossed, brighter weather coming, and I'll see you next week. Okay? Have a lovely week. Bye.